Hi, my name is Scott Summers, agency owner here with Symmetry Financial Group, and welcome to this video. It's going to cover the preparation for our dials. Four keys to a successful week start with resources. Adding the proper amount of leads to your inventory each week is vital. We all start with 0 leads in our inventory, and we're working to build our total leads up over the first few weeks that we're in business. Inventory in, inventory out. And then activity is simple. The one thing I love about this business is it's an activity-driven business. You determine your income. Putting in the right schedule. Are you plugging in the right amount of activity times set up? Are you controlling your schedule? Are you making sure that you're plugging into the system, which includes local meetings, conference calls, following up on your business, and reaching out and communicating with your mentor? So once again, everything starts with our resources. We need to create an inventory. So your mentor is going to help you design a game plan for your first lead order and then walk you through the process. So there are different variables that control your first lead order. One is lead availability, your income goal, and then of course your budget to get started. So we all start with inventory leads or leads that are already available in our area. We can pick those up day one. We refer to these as bonus leads. Bonus leads are available for any agent to purchase when available. So when a brand new lead is sent back from the homeowner, that's referred to as an A lead. So these are exclusive to the agent that purchased the lead for a total of 5 weeks. So if a sale is not made within 5 weeks, that's re-entered back into the inventory for another agent to work. The A lead will not be taken away from the original agent. That just simply means that both the agent that purchased the lead as a 5A lead and the agent that purchased the lead as an A lead can both work that lead. The lead level of a 6+ week old lead is now referred to as a 5A lead. The older the lead, the less the cost. A 4A lead would be $4.99, 3A, 2A, etc. The least expensive lead, of course, would be a 50-cent lead. Here's my favorite, activity. I should preface activity by saying it's important to always set your weekly goal. So we track our activity each week and report this to our mentor. We call this DCAs, dials, contacts, and appointments. This will help us keep track of your progression and help you keep on pace to reach your sales goals. So for every 10 contacts on a 5A lead, we should be able to book about 4 appointments. So during a dialing session, to get 1 contact, we typically have to make about 5 dials. So after about 50 dials, we should be able to get to our 10 contacts, which should yield us about 4 appointments if we're working 5A leads. So if your goal is 12 appointments, then you should simply have to make about 150 dials. A more experienced agent will make about 30 dials in an hour. A lead level of 4A, for example, 10 contacts equals about 3 appointments. So the dials needed is going to be about 200. If we're dialing 3A leads, 10 contacts, 2 appointments, about 300 dials. So I have new agents that ask me all the time, hey, are these 50-cent leads worth picking up? Absolutely. There's certainly going to be some dials and some contacts and some appointments out of those, but the metrics are going to be completely different. A new agent that might want to work exclusively 50-cent leads can book their 12 appointments, but you have to keep in mind, the metric says if you're going to dial 30 times per hour, then you're going to put in about 24 to 26 hours of dialing to get those appointments that you need. Plug into the system. What do we mean by plugging into the system? Being sure that you're present, making sure that you're plugging into all the resources available. Make sure that you're asking about local meetings, reviewing MP3s. When I first started this business, I was reviewing MP3s daily, over and over and over again. A lot of times it takes us several times to hear something before we can really apply that to our business. Be sure to reach out to your mentor for advice daily. Track your numbers, report your numbers. Help us help you. The last thing we want to hear as a mentor is, I hate to bother you. We're here for your success. The dialing mindset, 100% of our income comes from our work on the phone. We can decide the type of income we are going to make. I dial until I have blank appointments. Urgency. My mindset is urgency. I'm trying to speak with as many people as possible and set as many appointments as possible. Having the problem solver mentality takes your mind off making sales and conveys to your prospect that you are an assistant buyer that's looking to help them versus somebody that's trying to make the sale. So what are we going to need before we get started dialing? Make sure that you have your leads printed off before your dial session. Make sure your phone is properly charged. Know your schedule and stick to it. Don't let the client control your schedule. If you've decided to work Tuesday between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m., don't let somebody steer you to that 9 a.m. appointment. The last thing I want to have is bookend appointments, a 9 a.m. appointment, and then I'm back in the field again at 2 p.m. That's going to chew up a lot of your day and it's going to grind you out. Have a quiet space to work in. Let your family know that mom or dad has to work right now. Be sure to give yourself a break or two. Dial for an hour and take a couple minutes off. So let's talk about some frequently made phone mistakes. One is incorrect mental posture. Remember, they sent the letter to you. They requested help, so you are not bothering them. Make sure that you have the right posture before you get on the phone. Incorrect vocal inflection. Avoid talking in ups. You don't want to be talking higher than you normally would talk. Sound relaxed. We don't want to sound like telemarketers. I like to make a little note to myself at the top of my phone script that says low and slow. Talking too long. I want to be on the phone for 5 minutes maximum. You want to engage the client, but we don't want to be chit-chatting about things that don't really pertain to the appointment. Not setting the appointment. When you're told they will check their schedule and call you back, make sure that you're taking control and set the appointment. Have them write it down. If they need to switch it up for any reason, they can always do that, but set the appointment. Trying to sell on the phone. Our job is to book the appointment. Save the product selling for the home. The client tells you that he or she is uninsurable due to poor health. We're brokers. Your job is not to analyze their health issues during the dials. Set the appointment, go back to your mentor, let's figure out the right product, but it's most important that you put the appointment on the books at that time. New agents, a lot of times will overlook certain things that we need to help you find the right product. Missing the monthly mortgage payment is a big one. Not having the spouse's info and not setting up the appointment for the husband and the wife. The main question we need to ask is the emotion question. The most important thing I need to know is, what was your main concern, Mr. or Mrs. Jones, when you sent the letter back? We want to have the answer to that question written down. Not locking down your appointment properly. The last thing we want to do is show up to a house that's empty. So be sure to ask those follow-up lockdown questions to help seal that appointment. Remember, our dialing session is all about momentum. When we book an appointment, we don't want to stop and try to analyze health information, whether or not we can get coverage for a specific client. So we're not going to call our mentor at that time. We want to keep it going. Now, we want to hear about your first one. That's always awesome. But keep moving through, keep powering through. Don't slow down. Don't stop your momentum. If you're on a sales roll, it's not time to take lunch. You want to keep on forging ahead. Now that we have our preparation set, let's get familiar with the phone script. Tune into the next video.